What's up, guys? My name is Chaotic, back at you guys a little one today, coming at you guys with a video of doing MDMA and Nitrous as a combo. Now, this is going to be another combo review. It's been a while since I did that last time, and I just thought I would do a combo review of one of my all-time favorite combos, MDMA and Nitrous. So, this combo is really interesting. You know, as you're rolling and you're on the come up of MDMA, you can actually feel like you're instantly rolling. Like every time you hit this Nitrous, it makes you feel the effects of the MDMA more. And vice versa, actually. It makes you feel more of the Nitrous, too. So it's a very interesting combo, and I would rate it a 10 out of 10, of course. So let's get into this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Yeah, let's get started, man. So MDMA and Nitrous is, pretty straightforward. They're very easy to obtain. I'm sure pure MDMA is not easy to obtain. But, however, pure Nitrous is very easy to obtain. I don't know if it's 100% pure. You know, like they would use in a medical setting because it's not regulated like that. But I believe those whipped cream chargers, some of them have less nitrous than others. And I've, done my fair share of brands of nitrous. Yeah, I can't tell you which one has the most nitrous. I'm just saying that be careful because sometimes they're not always going to be full with nitrous. Sometimes they might even be duds. So be careful. Yeah, if you get some really good nitrous inside those whipped cream canisters, you're going to have a good time. What that really means is like you're pretty fucking high off of one with it. You don't have to do any more than one. And if you do more than one, it's probably just because you have a tolerance. That's how you know you have the most nitrous. Also, it doesn't taste, it tastes very light. If it has more of a taste to it, I noticed that's probably the oil in it because there's oil in these whipped cream chargers. Yeah, basically you do not want to taste that. So real nitrous is a lot more or less sweet tasting. It's very slightly sweet. Very slightly sweet tasting, okay? That's all you want to taste. You don't want to taste anything else other than like a slightly sweet taste, okay? Tastes kind of good. Tastes kind of like not sugary, not like a sugar sweet. It's kind of like an artificial sweet. Really interesting. MDMA and Nitrous, man, this is a really thing. You could do it at any time during the come up. You can do it at the fucking peak, at the come down, especially the come down. The come down, it's awesome to do Nitrous on MDMA. As you could see, when you're doing Nitrous, as you're coming down, you bring back the effects of the MDMA, It's really fun. It's awesome. As you come up, you're probably doing like 102 milligrams MDMA, I assume. Actually, at the 150 milligram mark or the 120 milligram mark, it depends on how your body weight is. You don't really need to take any more MDMA. So basically, Nitrous would be the perfect thing to, prolong the effects of MDMA in your body, as you're coming up. I believe it also kicks in the effects of MDMA a lot quicker than normal. So if you're, coming up on MDMA and you feel it a little bit and then you take some Nitrous, it might kick it in. Just be prepared. It'll launch you off like a little rocket. And it's really good chemical, I just really love it. Nitrous, very, very top 10 of mine. It's fun to inhale something that makes you feel funny, it just makes you laugh like a clown. It just makes you just laugh your ass off. I remember last time I did it was a few days ago. I was on acid and I just started laughing, bro. And man, like it just makes you feel nice. It makes you feel floaty. It makes you feel funny, because you feel weird and kind of weird. But it's a very unique dissociative. Like, I've never had anything. Like, it's probably the only dissociative you could really vape, right? So it's a really interesting chemical. It has a different effect. It hits you right away because you're vaping it. So very different from other traditional dissociatives, like ketamine, PCP, and those RC dissociatives. It's a very different dissociative. It's actually more of a visual dissociative, too, I'm be honest. You can see some weird shit on it. It will make everything look like a bit of a claymation film, kind of a visual effect. Obviously, that's probably also hypoxia, so be careful. Make sure you're like inhaling a lot of oxygen. Make sure you're religiously trying to purposely inhale before every nitrous hit, because I noticed if you're not doing that, you'll just keep huffing the nitrous back and forth, right? And you won't be intentionally inhaling enough oxygen, and you'll actually notice effects of hypoxia, I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I think that means it's too much oxygen. I mean, when there's not enough oxygen in your brain. I'm not sure if I'm using the right term, hypoxia. I think that's the right term, but if it's not, correct me. So anyways, when you have low oxygen, it's like basically a slow feeling. You kind of feel like a come down almost. That's how you know you have way more fucking carbon dioxide, and you have the nitrous basically replacing your oxygen level in your brain. So it basically causes brain fog as an effect of low oxygen levels. Honestly, you could tell that you have low oxygen levels because you'll sit there and hyperventilate, try to get them back, and you can't even hyperventilate. That's how you know you have low oxygen levels. I sat there and hyperventilated to get my oxygen levels back up after hitting like 20 nitrous in a row. Not that intense, but I would take a little bit of a few seconds in between, like 30 seconds to a minute between the whippets, right? But even that is enough to slowly give you some effects of low oxygen. So be careful when you're doing a lot of nitrous, because MDMA and nitrous will make you want to fiend the fuck out. Okay, MDMA is a fiend kind of drug a little bit, and so is nitrous. So obviously the combination ain't gonna be too much different. So be wary that you might fiend out and you're going to be like, I'm out of nitrous. I might want to go get more nitrous. You might fucking blow through 100 of them, okay? And if you go through 100 nitrous in one night, you're probably going to have effects of a come down, okay? There's definitely going to be a slight come down. No doubt about it. You know, you just did a fucking 100 whippets, okay? It's going to have some effect on your body, okay? It is what it is. The come down is basically for nitrous. It's really light, but it kind of feels like shit. You know, you just feel really tired, sluggish, brain fogged, maybe even a headache. Honestly, I think most of those effects are from the low oxygen. So, you know, it goes away really fairly quickly. Like maybe like 6 or 12 hours later, you're feeling normal again. So I would say like you can get away with doing 100 whippets. It's not bad, but be careful, you know. You want to make sure you have good oxygen levels. Also, if you're doing it in a room, doing 100 whips in a room, you probably want to open up your window. It can definitely lower the oxygen levels in your room. If you have a closed room, especially when you have a closed room and you don't have enough oxygen living in, yeah, then you're breathing more of the nitrous in the air. Not only did you do 100 whippets, you have 100 whippets in the air around you. So you have even lower oxygen levels from that. So yeah, you probably want to go outside and get some fresh air after all that whippets. Anyways, MDMA speaks for itself. You know, I don't really gotta get into the effects of that, obviously. I'm just really getting into how the nitrous affects the MDMA. So during the come up and everything, you feel like a rush, you know. It basically increases this rush. But however, every time you do the nitrous, it actually causes a rush. This is what's really cool about this stuff. So even though like you have like a chemical rush at the beginning of the MDMA hitting your brain, you also have a rush every single time you hit a nitrous with MDMA. So it brings back the rush. It's kind of like when you smoke nicotine with MDMA. Have you ever done that? Like vapes and nicotine with MDMA, it kind of brings back the roll. It's almost like that. So basically it's a little stimulating on your brain and it brings back the roll and you're like, oh man, it's back. And you're just enjoying yourself. You're really having a good time. It helps prolong the effects, like I said. You know, you might come down really quick. You know, you don't want to take more MDMA. Maybe you don't even want to redose. This is the perfect chemical to use with MDMA. You don't have to do anything else. It's very similar to how like ketamine would feel that with MDMA. It just increases the effects, increases the euphoria. However, this will increase the euphoria more because it hits you right away, but then it's gone within a minute though. So, small trade-off, right? But at least you don't have really any side effects. There's absolutely no side effects using this together with MDMA. I would say the only side effect would be the low oxygen from nitrous itself. MDMA wouldn't cause any really bad reaction. It's honestly really safe with this chemical. I would say it's probably one of the safest probably combinations. Nitrous with really anything is probably really safe, okay? Even alcohol, okay? I've done it with alcohol. I've done it with benzos, nitrous. I've done benzos and nitrous actually deactivate itself. Alcohol and nitrous actually increase effects, I noticed. So I guess it depends on how it affects the receptors in your brain. But nitrous really doesn't, it can't kill you. It really can't. Like, you really have to be literally trying to kill yourself. Like, you'd have to, like, I'm gonna die hitting nitrous and then suffocate yourself because of that. Like, you'd have to purposely want to die. Honestly, how would you want to die when you're under the effects of nitrous? You know, you'd be too happy. So, that's, you know, very safe chemical. You know, you don't really see any deaths with it. Like, when's the last time you saw death with heavy nitrous? You only see that weird shit with air duster. Those are toxic chemicals that they're huffing through the air duster. Air duster and nitrous are very different. So never do air duster. I've never done air duster. I've never been that fucking a fiend, and yeah, just never touched that shit. Not close to nitrous at all, and I never fucking want to take that. If I'm gonna be lowering my oxygen levels, I'd rather vape something that actually gets me high, that is actually proven medically. And I think it's one of the first medically used dissociatives anesthetics. So I'd rather use something that's been researched for over 250 fucking years than that, okay? Yeah, so nitrous has been around for like almost 300 years, I think. It's been around a long fucking time, nitrous, okay? I think since the beginning 1800s, I don't know, maybe even the late 1700s. Been around a long time, okay? So it's got a lot of extensive research. There's really no way you can die from it other than getting really impure nitrous over time. Maybe that would probably only cause a health effect. It probably wouldn't kill you. You probably just get your lungs a little... It probably just affect your lungs, really. That's probably the only thing nitrous can really do. It's affect your lungs, because you are inhaling something. It's not smoke, but it's still a vapor, and it still can irritate your lungs. So if you got some lung problems, don't be doing that. Anyway, so MDMA and nitrous gets a 10 out of 10 in my book. Top 10 shit. Top 10 drug combinations you could probably ever try. Be safe when you're trying it, too. Use harm reduction no matter what, even if it's a safer substance. I would say, you know, look it up before you do it and research more than just seeing this video even. You know, don't take my opinion for it. Take your own opinion for it. Research the hell out of it. I would say, yeah, man. Safe, man. Leave down in the comments if you've ever tried this combination. I love it. I'm always going to do it. I'm always going to try it when I do it. but I don't always have nitrous on me because it's hard to keep on me. When I get nitrous, I love that stuff. Okay, I don't really keep it on me. It's really hard. But anyways, very good combination, man. It will increase the effects by up to like, I think 2 to 5 times, depending on how much you're doing, right? But it only lasts up to a minute. So that's a small trade-off for the effect. I feel like that's perfect for MDMA roll because you can control how high you get, and you can keep getting high over the night. Very, very good. Very good for the euphoria and all that. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this combo review of MDMA and nitrous. That good old N2O. Gonna boost you up when you're high and low. Anyways, I hope you guys, stay tuned for the next video. We're almost at 1,500 subs. I'm so happy about that. Get up to that 1,500 subs. Almost 1,500 people around the world watching me. That is a crazy number to think of. Thanks for you guys, attention. See you guys in the next one.